Piers Ward. And I'm Andy Proudman, and today we're going to be talking whether it's a good idea to squat in your downswing. Let's help you take charge of your game.
Okay, let's get back to Dex then. So Dex is, he's been obviously watched a lot of golf, and he said he's trying to get a squat in his downswing like Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy.
Yes.
And that's to help him get a little bit more compression. So few things to talk about here, Andy. So the problem that Dex is having though is that when he is getting this squat down, he's hitting the ground before the ball. He's getting some duff shots, some fat shots. What's the reason for that?
Okay, right. So let's just talk about it. I mean, with Rory and Tiger, we do see, and some of the best players in the world, we do see an element of
the long drivers.
Squat,
the long drivers, they definitely squat, don't they?
So they are moving slightly down in their downswing. However, they are not trying to do this. This is a reaction as they are driving the legs. So it's really dangerous, Piers, that I don't think I've told anybody in my coaching life to actually move down in their golf swing. It sort of happens naturally as they engage the lower body in the swing. So
very rare, isn't it?
It sounds like here that what you're doing, Dex, as you start your downswing, because you're working so hard on actually moving down, then what's happening here is you're limiting the actual movement of your lower body towards the target and laterally. So what's happening here is you're just moving closer to the ground, hence these duff shots. Now, when we talk about compression so much, Piers, it's so important with your irons to make that solid contact. But having a weight shift and being able to rotate into your lead side is probably one of the most important factors. So the fact that Dex, you're going down too much and you're thinking about moving down is limiting the movement forward towards the target and your rotation. So really, maybe squatting in the golf swing, although it happens with some of the best players in the world, we wouldn't recommend thinking about it. And we see this a lot, Piers, that people think sometimes the wrong things, even though golfers are doing it in the golf swing.
Yeah, definitely. I think you're absolutely right, Andy. I mean, the biggest component here, it does sound like Dex is just going down. He is not moving towards the target. And, you know, if you're coming down and you're a bit straight-legged, then it might be something you want to work at. But a conscious effort to try and go down, it's very difficult. And especially because you're hitting the shots fat, I wouldn't really be approaching it from that angle. There's no point, literally.
Yes, definitely. So the key thing is, Dex, today is let's give you a feeling of how to start that golf swing correctly and give you the correct feeling in the lower body. And really, like I say, we don't really want you to think about going down or up or in the golf swing. It's more about going laterally and rotation. So this is a great drill, actually. When I was an assistant professional, I went for some lessons in Nottingham off a good golf coach called David Ridley at Coxmore Golf Club. And he helped me with starting my downswing. It was a great feeling that I had, which I still use every now and again now, which is just a lower body drill. So here we go, let's go ahead with this. So if I take my setup here, if I go ahead and swing to the top, now what I'm going to focus on doing from the top of my golf swing now is, as you can see, I've rotated my lower body. All I'm going to focus on is centering the knees. So from the top of the swing, I'm going to leave the club where it is. I'm going to center the knees. So as you can see there, that lower body there drives towards the target, but also is rotating as well. So the element of driving the knees helps me move towards the target, but also rotate the hips as well.
Interesting. Now, I purposely looked at that Dax to see whether he would drop a little bit. Dropped about an inch. So Andy wasn't thinking about dropping and squatting down, but because of his leg action, he was into that position. So from here, go on, Andy, sorry, you're going to say, so you get into that centered knees position. Love that, it looks great.
So okay. Here again, and a great thing that this does as well is that by leaving the club up here and engaging that lower body, it creates that nice stretch that you want to, in order to start that downswing, and this separation between lower body and upper body, and it almost creates this pathway then for the club to swing on a better plane as well.
Yeah, and it looks like the next phase from there, Andy, is obviously when you're in this position here, then that left leg will actually straighten. And we see this, if we're talking about the squat, the longest drivers in the world, the long drive champions, they do have this squat down, but then they have this massive vertical thrust upwards. You see Jason Zuback jumps up loads as he swings through the ball. And that's kind of a little bit like Tiger and Rory as well. That's really good.
Yeah, so the feeling there then for you, Dex, is swing to the top. From the top here, center the knees. That's going to get you shifting the weight. And then from here, then just rotate through.
Brilliant. Okay, let's see hit a golf shot then. See if it works.
So I'll do one more practice swing. So swing to the top, load that rock trail side, center the knees, and then swing through.
Good.
Okay. Like I say, it's worked for me. It's a great feeling to have to start that lower body and really engages it through the ball.
That's good. Yeah, look nice.
Pretty simple.
Very good, very good. Okay, right, Dex, hope this helps. I mean, you know, it is. I understand that when you see these great guys on the telly, you want to emulate what they do, because obviously they do a lot of good things. They hit the ball well, but just be very careful what you're doing. If you start creating a bad shot by doing something, and if it makes sense, if you're squatting down and you're hitting the ground too early, then obviously you're just not quite moving in the right direction.
Yes, definitely.